So I had a super interesting meeting with a prospect yesterday who is looking for investors for their business opportunity. I'm not going to go into the details, but this particular meeting left an impression on me, and you'll see why in just a moment, because what I'm going to share with you today is a completely lost art and maybe the secret to standing out in the digital space of investor acquisition. So stay tuned and you're gonna find out exactly what I'm talking about. By the way, if you're enjoying this breakdown and this is helping you think a little bit outside of the box, like this video and subscribe and turn the bell notifications on so you get alerted whenever we come out with new videos. So a little background, I'm talking to this guy yesterday. I'm taking a bunch of notes as I always do. And one of the things he says was, every time he gets off of an investor meeting, he goes to FedEx and overnights a physical investor packet over to the guy that he just spoke with. And then this is what he says. I just bought a new Rolls Royce. And then when I walked into the showroom, they gave me a physical packet that really left an impression on him. And that's what inspired him to start creating these packets and then sending them out to investors. And I had this call yesterday at 1 p.m. my time. And at my doorstep this morning at 8:30 a.m., I've got one of these. So what I want to do in this video is I want to do a live unboxing of this investor packet that he sends out, and that's helped him close hundreds of investor deals at a $100,000 check size. So let's open it up. Again, this was overnighted, and he mentioned that he invests $70 per packet per shipment to send it to the investor. So not only are they getting a bunch of digital stuff, they're also getting a physical packet. So let's take a look. I'm gonna open it up right here. We're gonna take a look at this for the very first time together. So let's see what's inside. Looks like it's a folder. Check it out. In fact, there are two, which is a great strategy so the investor can share it with any one of their friends. So let's take a look. There is some copy here. So this looks very much like a digital presentation. It uses the very same features that we apply to our digital assets. It tells you a little bit about what this is, has a big headline for a call out. And this group, by the way, invested a tremendous amount of money in producing these assets, working with the world's top direct response copywriters. And so that's what we're looking at today. So what I love here as well is that they have the benefits here as well in bullet point form. Again, this is the same strategies that we use in our direct response ads that we run online. So headline calls out who this is for, and the benefits summarize what's in it for the investor. So you open this up, and we've got, there's a bunch of visuals. So what I'll do is I'm going to open this up one page at a time. On the left-hand side, we have this sales letter. It's a sales letter that's printed and stapled on the left-hand side. And this is the thing that's at the very top of the folder. And it says, thank you for your interest in partnering with us in an incredibly lucrative small office in your city, profiting from 3 all-cash income streams with virtually no competition. I'm not going to go into the details of this particular investment, but you get the point. And so it's a storytelling format, talks about disruption, talks about the benefits to the end consumer. This is a business opportunity. Again, it's a little bit different than a security that we're used to seeing. And it pretty much introduces what's in this packet. So this letter gives you a general overview of the market, our business model, and it adds a little bit of scarcity that says we're only working with a very limited number of entrepreneurs in each state, which makes sense given the nature of this type of offering. Okay, it's a double-sided letter. It covers a little bit about the total addressable market, goes into what makes them unique, and zooms in on the bottom line, which summarizes the next steps, which are to review this letter and all the accompanying marketing materials, carefully review the website, it says, watch all the videos, and it's got a signature at the bottom there to kind of solidify the whole deal. And let's go ahead and take a look. There are some pamphlets of the actual product that these guys are selling. And I believe there is one for each of the 3. This is in the healthcare space. And on the left-hand side, there's a brochure right here that talks about how they're going to go about marketing this thing. Okay, so that was the left side of the pamphlet or the folder. On the right side, they're talking about how they're going to be marketing this. Should you become an investor in this business opportunity, now we're talking about how they're going to help you market to make sure that your business opportunity has a wait list of clientele. So here it is right here. So chances are, regardless of the investment offering you have, whether it's a pitch deck that we help you design or a brochure or a summary, there is a way that you could use this document or the collection of marketing materials that you have to make an impression that stands out above everybody else, that you can send out to investors that you feel like you have a really good connection with over the phone. Say, hey, I'm gonna mail you some material so you have something to look at. Collect their address and then send it out to them if they feel comfortable sharing that information with you. This is a great way to stand out in the digital world. There's a little bit of a mini book here as well, kind of a larger font, but again, it feels tangible and it's very specific to this investment opportunity, okay? Little book right there, looks nice. All right, and then we've got something that's called the special report. Now, this is something that you could download a digital version of on their website, but they chose to print it out and mail it to you, okay? There's some kind of call outs, there's like snippets from news outlets, and just further making the case. Now, I haven't had a chance to dive into this material in depth as we literally just opened this material together. So I'm gonna do that, but really, again, in the digital space, having something tangible that somebody can hold is a great supplement to your digital marketing and outreach. I'm gonna show you a couple of other printable materials that we have designed over the years working with various sponsors. As an example, here is a brochure. It's really a pitch deck that we just printed and bound for an asset or a raise that we did here in the Twin Cities. But yeah, this is something that we created for a portfolio of 3 buildings. Again, yeah, this is just a pitch deck that we printed a limited run of and that we shared with prospects. Look at this beautiful layout and photography. This is a completely lost art. Nobody does this anymore. What do you think? Should we bring it back? Do you think this is effective? I think it's very interesting. It's definitely a way to stand out. And really, how do you measure effectiveness at this point? I believe if it helps you stand out, it's effective. Let's look at another piece here. This right here is a card that we sent out to actual investors, those who've actually committed capital. And it just basically says, hey, we truly appreciate your partnership. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Thanks for helping get our deal across the finish line. It was a lot of work, but with everybody's effort, we did it within our 60-day escrow period, this card says. We look forward to working with you on our next deal with gratitude, right? And here's what we accompanied with that. Check it out. So we've got these puppies right here, which are physical trophies. I think we made about 30 of these. These are for 2 different properties, so about 60 total, if I'm not mistaken. And then we mailed them out to the investors themselves. And then lastly, here is a piece that we created for a fund that we started from scratch, Thrive Community Fund, still going today. And this is a piece of art that we created. And the concept here was, it starts off as a little seedling, and any subsequent investment that you make, it grows, right? The next graphic, it looks like it's a little bit bigger. And so the idea is that you would have a series of these on your wall or in your office or wherever, and it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger from left to right. And so this is for the founding fund members, and any subsequent investment that you make, it gets bigger. There we go. By the way, if you're enjoying this breakdown and this is helping you think a little bit outside of the box, like this video and subscribe, and turn the bell notifications on so you get alerted whenever we come out with new videos. So what do you think? Do you think physical assets are a lost art? Should we bring them back? Is now a good time in the world of digital assets? Is it worth the investment? Does it help you stand out? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys think. I have to say, this interaction left an impression on me, but more importantly, it created a sense of urgency. This gentleman shipped this packet across the country and made sure that I have it in my hands before 24 hours had lapsed from our conversation. That's much more impressionable than a simple email. If you want to explore getting your investment offering in front of investors, visit our website at raisereadysystems.com and schedule a call to speak with our team. We look forward to hearing from you. See you on the next one.